We all have that one friend who's constantly bailing on plans, right? The one who always says they're not feeling well or they're exhausted and suggests doing it some other time. Well, that friend isn't trying to dodge you. They're actually guarding something vital. If the thought of a Friday night snuggled up in your PJs sounds way more appealing than a night on the town, then listen up. You are about to feel completely understood. Because today, we're exploring the psychology behind people who genuinely prefer being at home, the very people society might dismiss as dull, but whom science views in a totally different way. So here's the deal. An extrovert's energy gets replenished by being around others. They're fueled by the buzz, the activity, and all the lively commotion. But for introverts, and anyone who values their alone time, they need tranquility to power back up. Every single social event, no matter how much fun it is, acts like a slow leak in their energy tank. And their house is the one charging station that truly works. This concept is known in psychology as optimal arousal theory. Basically, some individuals require a high level of external stimulus to feel their best, and others just need far less. This has nothing to do with laziness or being scared of social situations. It's simply a matter of how their nervous system is fundamentally built. But there's more to it than just the introvert-extrovert dynamic. For some, the love for staying in comes from the fact that their home provides a sense of command that the outside world just can't offer. When you step outside, life can be completely unpredictable. You have to deal with loud people you don't know, sudden changes to your plans, and hollow small talk with folks who don't wait for your reply. But in your own space, you're in charge of the lighting, the sound levels, the whole atmosphere. For individuals with anxiety or who are highly sensitive, having that command isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. And here's a fascinating fact. Research indicates that people who are comfortable with solitude often show higher levels of creativity, are more self-aware, and are more adept at solving complex problems. Spending time at home isn't being unproductive. It's the very place where incredible ideas come to life. That inspiration doesn't strike in a noisy club, but rather in a quiet spot with a book, or while getting lost in your thoughts at 2 a.m. Look, let's be real for a second. Our culture is completely obsessed with going out. You see it with the influencers, the party pictures, that whole live your best life movement. But what if your version of the best life is a documentary, a bowl of soup, and absolutely no plans? That isn't sad. That's called knowing yourself. Now, some people stay in for much darker reasons: social anxiety, unresolved trauma, or a depression that constantly whispers, "What's even the point?" And for those people, home turns into both a sanctuary and a prison. So it's crucial to figure out, do you choose to stay home because it actually recharges you, or because leaving just feels impossibly heavy? Because one of those is peace, and the other is hiding. But for the ones who genuinely love being home, they're not missing out on anything. They're just operating on a different wavelength. They find genuine happiness in the small rituals, the routine of making coffee in the morning, finding that perfect spot on the couch, noticing the way the sunlight fills the room just before it sets. All the little things most people are too rushed to see. You know, psychologists actually call this a low stimulation preference. These people don't require the outside world to keep them entertained. Their own inner world is interesting enough. So if you're the type of person who turns down invitations without a second thought, who feels deeply content spending a Saturday all by yourself, who would genuinely rather re-watch your go-to comfort show than go out and make memories, you are not broken. You're simply built for depth over all the noise, for tranquility over performing for others. Tell me, are you a true homebody, or do you think we're all just finding clever excuses? And if you're interested in the kind of psychology most people never learn about themselves, then the next video is going to hit you even harder than this one. Click it. You'll see exactly why.